October 4th, 2023, we're back again with another video. Let me tell you something about Voice2Skull, which is basically a auditory signal mixture. Basically, they're mixing your audio cortex. They're mixing the signals that you hear. So it's like they can take your natural hearing, that's a signal, and they'll have a falsified signal or a fabricated signal or an actual signal that's somewhere else. Like for me, they usually do it next to the highway, which is about 250 meters away from me, so I can't hear it. They'll intermingle the two, but they'll put the highway signal mix high up in the fold, and what I actually hear low. So it's like you'll hear that shit first. So it's like the only way to kind of beat this is to listen to really, really, really loud, heavy music, and it kind of overpowers their ability to mix it appropriately. If you can do that, you're like drowning out their ability for you to hear it, but it's still there. You can hear it tinging in the back. Anyways, one thing they do is like, it'll be silent while I'm talking. Like normally it's not like this, but like it's been quiet for a bit. I'm talking. And when you talk, normally they like fucking listen, or they basically are monitoring what you say so they can incorporate it back into their database so they can know how to fucking abuse you in the future. And then it's like, as soon as I flip on the fucking MP3 or the fucking Spotify and I turn it up, it's like they just start yapping non-fucking stop. It's like they recognize there's this other fucking audio signal that's high up in the mix. They just start yapping like a little fucking dog that's been abused his entire fucking life looking for some attention. And it's like they're just spouting shit. They're spouting fucking bullshit. They're spouting fucking lies. They're spouting fucking anything that will fucking try to cause a motherfucking stir or reaction in you. It's sick as fuck. It's like, if you're a confident human being who doesn't give a fuck about shit, it's like you just slough this shit off. And normally you do. They can adjust this shit because they can adjust your perception, but normally that's cool. If you're really, really fucking self-conscious and you have low self-esteem, I mean, this shit would fucking swallow you whole. You'd probably commit suicide by this point, but the opposite of that is like you just overcome. But it doesn't mean it doesn't go away. It's still there, right? It's still there. It's just, it's like trying to fucking bark and bark and bark. It's like it's got this Doberman Pinscher, this fucking Rottweiler. It's just like fucking nipping at your heels 24/7 that won't fucking shut the fuck up. And it's like, and it's not gonna fucking bite your coat and fucking drag you down. It's just there fucking annoying you. And it's like, it's just this whole facade. It's this illusion. It's this falsified reality that they create that isn't actually real, but it's like they want you to think it's real so they can cause fear, which is the killer of human beings. Fear. COVID-19. Fear. Ukraine. Russia. Fear. UK and Russia only happened because, aka mind control Putin, and B, they want to take the fucking heat off fucking COVID since it was a no fucking goddamn brainer that it was a nothing burger. Oh, look at this bitch calling me 666. The devil. And we're going to get, next video, we're going to get into the motivation and the fucking angles that Voice2Skull takes, remote neural manipulation, the way they fucking try to do with this. V2K explains this as a quote-unquote deep dive, like Snowden explained deep dives, but it's actually not a deep dive because they're not diving deep to get information on you. They're actually using you as a fucking tool to figure out what bothers you or what's conflicting in your brain or your mind. And they take that along with breaking into your house through organized stalking, gang stalking, to try to create this plausible deniability as to what they're doing. But in reality, it's like, since they can see through your eyes and they process your brain as it is processed like a CPU, that's how they fucking end up on shit. And they can make you think things are important that aren't important, and things that aren't important are important. It's just the way it works. You gotta be true to yourself, yo. Eventually, after you go through this shit long enough, you start to recognize patterns. You recognize these fucking algorithms. You recognize the way things work. I'm not sure how to adjust them or change them, but I recognize when they're happening. And sometimes you give in, sometimes you don't, sometimes you can fight it, sometimes you're not able to fight it. It just is what it is. They control your brain, right? So they control everything about you. They control your reality. They control your universe. So, yeah. You just adapt, just like they adapt eventually. And then you learn from them because of their creepy technologies and their creepy fucking, just their mentality and the way they work. You can glean from them what the fuck's going on, and then you can use that shit to your advantage because it's like you just turn the tables on their bullshit. So it's like you're basically at some point you're like these two fucking goddamn, you're like the fucking Transformers. You're like the Opticons and the Decepticons. And it's just like you're back at each other, and it's like ba 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 ba. There's no real winning. There's no real losing. It just is what it is. And they're teaching this shit for what reason? Who the fuck knows? But it's like, it just gives you this mental fucking shielding to fucking focus and fucking fight back at what they're doing. And it's just weird and lame. And they may try to flip that shit on you regardless, but who cares? Once they reveal themselves, they reveal themselves. And at that point, it's like game over. That's when the avalanche hits, and it's just like, boom, they get buried in their own fucking bullshit. Feds, yo. God damn.